Hi everyone, welcome to the accumulation data analysis for 24th of April. So it was a pretty good day except for the Nifty which ended flat. But if you look at the mid caps and the small caps, they did really well, up almost 0.5% both of them. And also the data is pretty decent. So we'll kind of look at the charts of those indices and also the data and what it is telling us so that we can take better trades in the coming days, right? So let's get started with the large caps. So the large cap accumulation isn't that great. It is kind of pretty low, right? So what is happening is the FIs are continuously dumping these shares, and usually this data here kind of represents the DI accumulation, which is kind of okay, but not that great in the large caps because most of them are kind of going down or being stable at the same price, right? So the data isn't that great in the large caps because of the FII selling that has been continuously happening. Even yesterday they sold about almost 2,900 crores. So looking at that, the FII selling has to stop until the for the Nifty to kind of move up and kind of give us a 500 or 1,000 point rally, right? So until and unless they kind of stop selling, it becomes a bit difficult for the DIS to give a rally. So even if you look at what happened today, hardly up 0.15% the Nifty and kind of making a bearish candlestick on the daily chart. So if you look at the candle, it has a pretty long wick on the top, so that tells us that there was selling coming in from higher levels, and we almost ended at the lowest point of the day, right? So 22,400 is where the Nifty ended. So not such a great thing for the Nifty, although it is more like sideways as of now, but the data is also not supporting. Maybe a small pullback can happen or a sideways consolidation can happen, and after the accumulation kind of increases, we can have a decent rally in that, right? So looking at the Bank Nifty now, so Bank Nifty kind of made a spinning top, I would say, like a decent wick on both the sides and a small body. Nothing much here either. Continues to be in the sideways consolidation too, right? Even the volumes were not that great on the Bank Nifty index. Then coming to the mid cap analysis. So mid caps, the data has cooled off a bit, but nothing to really worry. It is not like really low, right? So if you look at the data, because it's a little on the lower side, you can assume that there might be some slowdown in the up move because we have been continuously moving up since we got that hammer kind of a pattern, right, at the recent bottom 4 days ago. We have been continuously opening gap up and moving higher. So today it also ended at the highest point of the day around that 50,000 mark, which is a pretty decent level. And if you look at the chart, right, around that 50,400 thereabout, we have some kind of a resistance for the mid cap index, right? So going ahead, if the data kind of cools off, then we can assume that near the resistance zone there would be some consolidation before we move higher, right? So now coming to the small cap analysis. So the small caps, the data has kind of improved, right? So continuously it has been on a higher side, the small cap accumulation, which is a positive thing, right? And if you look at the charts, so although the charts are not that great, right, although we opened higher, but we kind of had some selling or probably a small profit booking, and after which we have kind of closed at the lowest point of the day, which kind of tells us probably we can do a retest of this breakout that recently happened, right, before moving back up, right? But the data, overall data kind of suggests that okay, the big guys are still pouring in money, so there is still more steam left in this small caps to kind of move higher. So now coming to the overall accumulation. So the overall accumulation is slightly on the lower side because as we saw, the large cap and the mid cap accumulation has kind of cooled off, but the small cap accumulation is still intact. Although the overall accumulation has cooled off a bit, it is not really a worrying sign as of now. So even in the coming days, I feel the Nifty and the Bank Nifty should be sideways or in that 100 to 200 point range or 300 point range for the Nifty. Even the Bank Nifty around the 500 point range, trying to move sideways until the accumulation kind of improves there. The mid caps, they should continue moving higher in another percent from here. It hits resistance. So it is very interesting how the data will be for the mid caps once it hits that resistance. Small caps, after the breakout, the accumulation is pretty good. Even today it is good. It should continue moving higher from these levels. Maybe another day of small pullback before we move even higher. And also, since it is going to be the monthly expiry for April, right, on Thursday, you can expect some volatility in the Nifty, Bank Nifty indices, right? So that is going to be there. What the small and mid cap, since those guys aren't really bothered about what is happening in the large caps, these guys should continue moving higher as per the data. Hope this helps. See you tomorrow in another video.